Hello, my friends, and happy holidays to you all. So, as the end of the year 2022 approaches, it becomes interesting to do a little balance of what has happened in the real estate market in the Riviera Maya throughout this year. As we can all recall, this has been the first post-pandemic year, and so we've seen a lot of interesting things taking place. We have seen a major reactivation of the economy. We have seen a lot of new infrastructure, and so, needless to say, this is a year that is worth taking the time to do a little analysis just to see the most relevant aspects that have taken place. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing in today's video, so please stay with me. So, starting with the infrastructure, I'm going to say that the most relevant infrastructure that is taking place right now, the most important infrastructure change that is taking place right now in the Riviera Maya, that has to be the Tren Maya. The Tren Maya is a massive project undertaken by the Mexican government that promises to link a lot of the different parts of the destination, linking Cancun to Tulum to Playa del Carmen and further to Chiapas and even further down to Merida and whatnot. And so, as with every massive kind of project, it always raises some doubts and some questions. But needless to say, for the people that actually live in Playa del Carmen and the whereabouts, we have all witnessed that the works are taking place. We have all been stuck in traffic, yeah, for sure. As for the works have taken place, nowadays going to Cancun is a little bit complicated, specifically because of that, precisely because they're doing some works. There have been some changes in the routes, but in reality, what is taking place right now is the Tren Maya is an amazing project that is taking place that really will raise the value of the properties there. It will make that all of the zone is more connected. And so obviously there are some people that are against, and there are a lot of opinions surrounding this matter. But if we get to just focus as for the benefits that it's going to bring to the real estate market, we gotta say that the promise is to actually link the whole of the Mayan world in a more fast, in a more convenient fashion. And as for the questions of whether or not the project is going to take place, well, as for this moment, you just need to go to the federal highway and you will see the works taking place. So the Tren Maya, my friends, it's coming for real. And that's something that for every investor in the Riviera Maya becomes a promise of progress and a promise of value growth for the properties. And so I'm going to say that it's a project that for me personally becomes very interesting to see what is going to happen on the next year. I don't think that it's a project that is going to be finished in the next year or so, because again, it's a project immense. It's a very big project with many different things to consider. But at the end of the day, at the end of the way, what we're going to have is a better connectivity in all of the Riviera Maya, and that, my friends, is going to be fantastic for the destination, whether you're an investor or you're a visitor. And that's going to be great, my friends. The Tren Maya, I think that is number one on my list of the infrastructure balance of this year 2022. So going down the line on the infrastructure, we need to talk about the Nickelodeon Hotel. This is an impressive, massive hotel that was meant to open its door on 2021, but as we can all remember, during 2021 the world was otherwise occupied with different matters, and so at the end, Nickelodeon Hotel was inaugurated on 2022 this year. And so it brought not just an amazing, huge investment to the region, but it also brought all of the name and all of the brand presence that a brand like Nickelodeon have. And so this is just, my friends, a proof of the trust of the major investors in the destination. I mean, for us, in the real estate market, investments are never going to be on that category. I'm talking about the billions of dollars. However, when you see that big branches and big names and big hotel chains make the decision of investing in the destination, that, my friends, that's a sign of the general health of the destination. As we can all know, these hotel chains, they make exhaustive market researches, and so those market researches are very comprehensive, and they take into consideration all of the factors that sometimes for us as smaller investors may be concerned about. However, when these kind of hotels decide to make the investment, that becomes a certainty for us in our own league that the destination is moving forward, that the economy is progressing, and needless to say that for us that are in the market for vacation properties, well, we're offering something that actually feeds the park, the Nickelodeon Park. So in this regard, having the Nickelodeon Park with us, I think it's major news for the destination, something that needs to be considered. And again, just let me finish this part of the Nickelodeon Park, the Nickelodeon Hotel, by saying it speaks volumes as for the health of the destination. And the next big thing is the Green School in Tulum. Here, we're not just talking about a new academic offering. We're really looking at a first world academic offering for sure, but also something that talks about the transformation of the destination. As Tulum grows in infrastructure and the whole real estate market keeps growing and growing, we will be seeing more and more of this kind of infrastructure that is required by people that are actually moving in to Tulum. So for the people that after the pandemic decided that they are willing to work from home and they have chosen Tulum as a destination to do so, they require this kind of infrastructure. And so having a new first class school in Tulum, it's a great progress as for the consolidation of Tulum as a more residential, as a destination, as a bigger place, as a more livable place, not just meant for a week or so tourism, rather for longer stays. And for sure, a school is meant for people that are actually living there. And so this, I'm gonna say that the Green School in Tulum marks a milestone in the transformation of Tulum as a more city-like place. And just make me be clear on that without losing the whole small town essence. The Green School, you can visit their website. It's a school that is very well integrated, I'm gonna say, with the whole Tulum landscape. But nonetheless, it's offering something that has not been seen in Tulum. And so I think that the decision of building that school, the Green School in Tulum, it's great. It's gonna bring a lot of benefits for the destination, and yeah, a piece of infrastructure that is definitely worth mentioning. Now, talking a little bit about the real estate market, what we have seen during this 2022 has been an amazing recovery after the whole pandemic events. I'm gonna say that at the beginning of the year, all of us that are in some fashion involved in the real estate market, and I'm gonna say as well the hotels, we were all a little bit concerned as for what was going to happen. And so at the end, when in the first quarter of the year, when we saw a lot of tourism coming in, and we saw that actually the people that had been locked down for who knows how long were actually eager to just get out of their houses and go to the beaches and visiting the destination, it was such a great omen of what the future would bring. And that's exactly what we have seen. Now, this growth actually produced an increase in the real estate offering, which in turn, and that thing, I think that is something very positive. It also led to a consolidation of the prices. During the pandemic, we saw some fluctuation because, again, we were involved in a lot of uncertainty. But when we start being more positive as what the future would bring, and not just naively positive, I'm gonna say, is being positive with hard data backing it up. Well, there were a lot of people willing to invest and make new developments and new proposals, and all of that also with prices to match the new the new market conditions. So we see a more consolidated prices, as I was saying before, and generally a growth in the destination, a growth in the real estate market of the destination. And little by little, we see more interesting proposals. We see more creative proposals, and as well as bigger developments. I'm going to talk here a little bit about the Mystique chain that is always a landmark reference for the real estate market, specifically in Tulum. And so we see that in general, there's a vibe of positivity and a vibe of optimism towards the future, which is reflected in the willingness of people to invest in the new offerings of, as for development offerings, I mean, and also people just coming in, whether as tourists, whether as investors. So I'm going to say that in that regard, we were all very pleasantly surprised about what 2022 brought us in the real estate industry in all of the sectors, whether you're a builder, whether you're a contractor, whether you are a real estate agent, a franchise, whether you are in the vacation rentals business. I think all of us in general were very surprised, happily surprised as for what took place during this 2022. And I'm going to take this as a promise that 2023 is going to be even better. Now, elaborating a little bit more about what I just said about the growth of the destination, the growth in the real estate market, I think very punctually we do need to talk about the growth in La Colosio, the Colosio neighborhood in Playa del Carmen, because what happened during this 2022 in that specific area has been fantastic. Historically, La Colosio has been a part of town that is not that well regarded, because you can see shacks and you can see, I don't know, I'm just gonna say, to begin with, it was never the most beautiful neighborhood of all. However, little by little, you can see how the neighborhood is changing its face. You can see the proliferation of new developments, and alongside with these new developments, you can see a whole new offering of entertainment, restaurants, bars, people selling tours and whatnot. And it's like month after month, the progress, the whole development takes one block at a time, and you can see that the whole place is being reshaped, it's being renewed, bringing new opportunities for investors, but also, and I'm gonna say this, also for the locals who are actually finally getting to sell their properties and moving forward, and actually making a very good money, if I may say so, as for when they sell their properties. But at the same time, you see the growth of the destination. You see that there are new things to explore in a market that at some point, I'm gonna say, it looked a little bit stale or a little bit under the shadow of all that is taking place in Tulum. But no, if you go right now to La Colosio, you're gonna see a lot of new developments with great prices, amazing offerings. And again, you can see that the whole destination is moving forward. And something, I'm gonna say that I have not seen this the growth at this rate in the years before the pandemic. It's like the development was a little bit, again, stale, and probably because a lot of the interests were moved to Tulum. But right now, my friends, La Colosio, if you have not been there recently, I strongly advise you to take a look. You are gonna be very, very surprised as for everything that La Colosio has to offer right now. And I'm going to congratulate really everyone that has trusted that part of the town, that because right now, I'm telling you, if you make an investment in La Colosio during 2022, right now, you are going to be very happy. And that's the trend that I'm seeing that is going to be continuing throughout the next year or so. I'm not going to be able to say in more future, but I'm going to say that right now, La Colosio, it's very, very promising, and really, it's amazing what is happening right there, right now there. You should definitely go take a look, consider La Colosio, all of the developments that are being built right there. We have a lot of like ocean view places, a lot of new things, very, very interesting. Check them out. So, making a balance of 2022, we need to talk about Tulum. 2022 has been most definitely Tulum's year, without a question. 2022 has seen an incredible growth in the whole real estate market of Tulum. I'm gonna say very precisely, Region 15. It is amazing what is taking place right now there. If you go to Region 15, or as I said before, you cannot go to Region 15 twice, because every time you go, you're gonna see it different. There's just so many things happening, so many things going on right now there. New developments, new stores, and all of this hand in hand with something that is very interesting that I always mention, and it's the transformation of the whole demographics of Tulum. During the pandemic, I think a lot of people realized that they didn't need to be in their hometowns, locked down, and doing their jobs in whatever conditions. At some point, the world realized that they can work from home, and that home can be Tulum. And my friends, during this 2022, Tulum has become a hub of so many things, of a communion of people from all over the world, exchanging ideas, exchanging business plans, exchanging languages. It's been amazing. And so the real estate market has responded accordingly. We have seen, for instance, less studios, more one bedrooms, more two bedrooms, because now the destination is meant for people that are planning to stay there longer. And the destination is so attractive, specifically for younger people who can really bring their jobs to Tulum and work from home. And when the job is done, you can just go hit the beach, hit the clubs, go to a party, meet people from all over the world. Right now, what is taking place, the whole synergy that is taking place in Tulum, my friends, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. And again, we see the real estate market really pushing to try to fulfill the demand that the world is bringing to Tulum. Something unseen is we have seen now co-working spaces in Tulum, what was kind of unheard in a destination that was usually meant just for vacation. I mean, who would go to work to Tulum, where nowadays a lot of people is doing it. And so the whole shape of the destination of Tulum has changed enormously for good during this 2022. And for sure, Region 15, I'm gonna say, is the champion of what is happening in Tulum right now. Specifically, swim up units, plunge pool units. We've seen them everywhere. Now you can get your one bedroom condo in Tulum for somewhere around $100,000, which is fantastic. It's accessible, and you can move there, you can rent it the rest of the year. And that's something that is in the mind of people all over the world. You, my friends, you should take the time to go visit, because really you're gonna meet people from all over the world. You're gonna be exposed to so many different ideas, and the greatness of the destination is going to really surprise you, really surprise you. And just as a little final remark, the growth of Region 15, in my perception, has also pushed a little bit towards the consolidation of the prices in Aldea Sama, which traditionally was like the super high-end, super exclusive place, and it still is. However, the prices in Aldea Sama at some point in the history, specifically when it was kind of the only place to buy property in Tulum, the prices went a little bit high. They spiked a little bit, and now I can see that prices in Aldea Sama, there are a lot of new offerings. Again, studios in the realm of the $90,000, between 90,000, maybe 120, furnished. But again, right now, the prices in Tulum are becoming ever more accessible, and the destination is super interesting. I'm gonna say, if I have to give a medal to something in 2022, that medal really goes to Tulum, definitely, my friends. So, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video, this little walk through memory lane of what 2022 has brought in the real estate market in the Riviera Maya. Needless to say, I am very excited about everything that has taken place, and I am absolutely optimistic as for the following years will bring. I want to thank you all, really, really, I want to thank you all for following the channel, for trusting the destination, for really believing that we can make real estate history in the Riviera Maya. You are all part of it, and I am incredibly thankful with all of you for really being part, trusting the destination, and being interested in what we have to offer. And my friends, I just want to wish you a very, very amazing 2023, and that all your wishes may come true. To the next one.